Bonus, 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 bonus. Do I talk? Do I talk? Oh, surprise! I told them in the comments to expect something special in the bonus video.
Okay, so I better make an appearance.
Hello! It's Smokey.
That's not the surprise.
That's not the surprise. No. You guys can figure out the surprise on your own.
I mean, it's another surprise.
Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys heard us talking about the record-beating temperatures in Lytton, BC. Well, the town's gone. It's literally been wiped off the map. The town does not exist. There was a fire burning south of Lytton, quite a bit south of Lytton, and the winds picked up last night, and the people in Lytton saw the smoke coming in at 5 in the morning or something like that.
No,
5?
it was at 6 at night. So.
Oh, 6 at night last night. Okay. And they had 15 minutes to get out before the town was on fire. They just evacuated. They were all driving through the fire. There's videos of them driving through the fire, and the whole town is just gone. Say 90-some% of the town's gone. The fire department's burnt down, the police station's burnt down, the grocery stores are burnt down, the phone companies are burnt down, the schools are burnt, everything's just burnt down.
And they all spread out in 3 different ways they can go.
There are people evacuating went north to Lillooet, they went to Kamloops, they went south, people went every direction, so they don't know if people are missing because people just went. The highways closed, the railways closed. They're thinking that the passing train may have sparked an additional fire. See, look, Spider Lake is starting to get some spots.
No.
Starting to.
No.
I think we'll get nice spots on Spider Lake this year.
I'm gonna go in there with a hoe and drain it, and then I'll get my Spider Lake back.
There's fires everywhere. There's so many fires everywhere. Like the local fire departments are not sending out firefighters because we are at such a high risk of fire. If we send all our firefighters up to those fires, we'll burn down. We won't have firefighters to respond to it.
2 big fires. They grew 5 to 6 times their size in one day.
Yeah.
One day.
Like, I guess this was the regular video. We talked about the fire being 40 hectares.
4,000.
4,000 hectares, and now it is
20,000.
20,000. Went from 4,000 to 20,000 in 24 hours.
And the other one's 5,000 to 15.
5,000 to 15. Now it's about Kamloops.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that was the Honolulu one. But yeah. They probably don't even have it accurate anymore.
And they're probably way bigger than that by now. We are on Highway 3 just climbing Richter Pass, which is west of Osage.
We have to go to Kobo this year.
We do have to go to Kobo this year. Yep, that's a good idea. Maybe on the weekend if it's so hot. And, well, it might be cooler up there. Just get like a hat and wear, and we can hike to the top.
Even it's slightly cloudy weather.
Maybe show up so that we're showing up late in the evening. Just before the sun sets type of thing. Show up late. And then hike to the top of Kobo Mountain. Kobo Mountain at a turnoff is, just as this highway turns into 2-lane, once we lose a 3rd lane, you see an exit here to the right. Take the exit to the right. Right over here. And drive up that road. Any car can do it. It's gravel, it's washboard, take your time. You can take a Ford Mustang up there. Because we did. Not my personal Mustang, but my brother-in-law. 3-kilometer hike. It's got a couple steep sections, but as long as you take your time, bring lots of water during the hot season like this. There's a little hike to the top, 3-kilometer hike. There's one steeper section there. Just take your time. Anyone can do it. Well, it's not wheelchair accessible.
No.
So not anyone.
Fire went through there a few years ago.
Yeah, fire went through there a few years ago. Yeah, so it's definitely really early, really early in the year to have this much smoke, so it's not good. Man, I'm really impressed with this truck. As it's broken in, the engine brakes have gotten a lot stronger. Like I'm coming down this hill almost at full speed limit, and the engine brakes are just holding it. Yeah, people said once it's broken in, it'll be fine. It is. It's got all of its power back.
I'm liking the truck so far.
Yeah, this is Jess's first time in this truck, so. We'll do the roller coaster.
Oh, we should specify I'm not here for good.
Yeah, Jess is not here for good. It's just a one-time weekend thing. The borders are not open yet, so she can't cross the borders, but I was going through Penticton yesterday, and I'm like, I called the boss up and goes, so the plan is this, and this, and there? And he goes, yep, that sounds like the plan for this weekend. I'm like, in which case the Jess could come with me then. Have a one-night stand with me. He goes, yeah, absolutely. It's actually going to be 2 nights, but yeah. The original plan was going to be 1 night.
Yep.
Then it changed. So today's Canada Day. It's a holiday. Lots of big rigs on the highway. We're all working.
There's lots of everybody on the highway.
And the place I'm delivering is closed today on Canada Day, but they're open tomorrow. The place I picked up this load is closed tomorrow, but open today, so.
There's nothing special going on for Canada Day.
No, it's so hot and no fire bans, there are fire bans, no fireworks. COVID restrictions still, so there's nothing to. I don't want to go in big groups like crazy and stuff. Don't want to. It's like, nope, I'll just work it. But it's so darn hot, you don't want to do anything on the weekend anyway. So
Oh, it's so much cooler.
it is a lot cooler today. It's 35 degrees Celsius today. So much cooler than it was earlier in the week.
Picked me up yesterday. It was like 42.
Yeah, it actually hit 46 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to cool down a little bit cooler every day now. I have no idea, guys, if you guys can even hear Jess. The mic is kind of closer to me, but it's between us, so hopefully it picks her up. She has a very soft-spoken voice, but it should be better than the old videos where you could just hear she was there, but couldn't make her out. So hopefully you can actually understand what she says. Only one way to find out.
Oh, am I supposed to talk? Was that the key?
Yeah. Oh, you guys, we're a little suicidal there. I'm like, I can't even go. There's no.
They're in the rush to get nowhere.
They're in a rush to get nowhere. I was in my brakes, but I'm like, I can't go onto the shoulder and go into the ditch. There's not enough room. If I go onto the shoulder, it invites them to keep going, and there would not have been enough room even if I had gone onto the shoulder. So.
Well, we've seen so many trucks pull over in a car in a ditch.
Yeah, there's definitely some traffic accidents and overheating vehicles today. Everybody's enjoying their Canada Day travels. Yeah, my instinct was to pull onto the shoulder, and I overrode the instinct. I'm like, your brakes, but stay in the lane. Retraining my instincts. So me pulling onto the shoulder means I crash and roll over upside down in the ditch. Especially in heat like this, you have no idea how soft the shoulder is.
I have a heavy load, so.
Heavy load, max Canadian weight load. I've hiked up that little dirt road on that mountain.
Of course, this is so much fun.
And then on top we found some weird equipment in the ground. Almost like seismic equipment, and we were bouncing around and it's like, well, we definitely set that thing off. It's right near the border, so I wonder if it's to alert people if there's people smuggling across the border, or it might just be a seismic activity detector for earthquakes. So we definitely gave it a mini earthquake, not realizing what it was. It's like, what is this? Seismic something. Like, oh, we should stop making a lot of noise in the ground. I doubt it's for border crossing, because if you're going to smuggle yourself across, you're going to do it at the bottom of the valley, not the top, would you? When you go over the top of the mountain? I guess maybe, if you think that's not being watched. Definitely smokier for the north. Oh, that's where the fires are, so the wind is going to push a lot more smoke south, so it's going to get just much worse down here. Saw yesterday driving through a Soyuz, the peaches are pretty much ready to be picked.
Yeah, they're saying that everything will be way early. Even tomatoes, peppers, corn will all be picked early. The sun is...
It's because it's so hot, everything's maturing early.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's all going to be early. And the workers actually work at night with headlamps.
Oh, that's a good idea. Work night shift and pick all the cherries at night.
Because they can't do it during the day.
Because it's just way too hot to do it during the day, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I was just reading the article today about that.
Of course, then how do you sleep during the day with it that hot too? It's going to be hard to sleep. get up at 6 in the morning tomorrow, so
You don't know where you're reloading, so
don't know where I'm reloading tomorrow, so
you don't want to be super early.
maybe I should ask.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no point getting up better.
Well, they don't really start unloading till 6:30. So we wouldn't have to wait long. Unless they don't know. But I should ask anyway. Winery. I don't like that name for a winery. Vanessa? Just someone's name. Maybe it's named after the owner, but I don't like the name.
You see how brown that is? So dry.
Everything is gold.
Yeah.
Yep, everything is gold. If a fire came through here, it would just ravage the place. All it takes is one spark. I know Penticton Native Man has banned all off-roading as well, because a hot quad muffler driving over this grass will light everything on fire too. I always have that concern when I'm quadding. This year, if we go like up by Bear Lake and stuff, I am not going off trail. There's no way I'm risking driving in this kind of grass. I mean, the quad has a spark arrestor in the muffler, but still, just the hot muffler touching could be enough. We won't be making our burgers on a real fire. We'll probably have a propane fire, if those are allowed.
Yeah. If not, they say it'll be probably October, mid-October, before we get to the fires again. And that burger yesterday wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that burger yesterday was actually really good, just on the toaster oven. Put it in for half an hour while I'm driving at 250, 300 Fahrenheit with tin foil on top and underneath it. And it's still red by that time. Not for half an hour, for like an hour.
It's like 45 minutes.
Except I said cranked it again, so it's about an hour. And then we pulled over and stopped, and then I moved it over to broil and cooked it in another 10 minutes under broil as hot as possible. And it comes up pretty good, very juicy. We don't have that charcoal burn to it like a wood on a fireplace, but it still tastes good. Usually gets a little hotter, so 37 here. Moo! Nay! I said hi to the cows and the horses.
Do you do this when I'm not here?
Yeah, when the camera's rolling.
Oh.
I don't talk to the
Okay,
animals,
okay.
no. Not quite that cray-cray. Well, roller coaster has come and gone. We'll make it a nice long one take again. Go through Karamias at least. I don't know, I feel like I've recorded here recently, but at this point I've driven this road so often I feel I've recorded the whole highway recently. Can't remember where I have and haven't recorded. Twisted Hills Craft Cider. Yeah, we make a lot of alcohol in the Okanagan and Snoqualmie Valley. Mostly wine, but a lot of alcohol. Grist Mill. What are you getting from them?
I like to choose. I pay for that program to share where you put money in and then they make a whole bunch of stuff and you choose so many. I think their first batch is a lot of jams and stuff.
Okay. So basically you're buying chairs and then they grow stuff and then make.
They also get it from other nearby parks and stuff.
Okay, and then they make jams and stuff and then you get whatever they made.
And they jam it, they pickle it.
Oh, jam, pickle, sausage,
ketchup,
yeah.
ketchups.
Cool.
I think they do some kind of other stuff too.
Should do a tour of the grist mill sometime.
Yeah, they're definitely open. They're doing some live music and stuff here and there.
Here's Vesper on the left, trucking company. Also, there's a fuel stop there and a tire shop. Seems to have a couple of people there. Doesn't look like a fruit stand, it looks like a jam and wine stand.
Well, they're saying with this high heat that they won't get much honey this year.
Oh, too hot for honeybees.
Well, the queen doesn't lay many eggs, and then the workers die trying to keep the hive cool, and then they don't produce enough honey, only enough for them to survive. So you can't take anything else.
A lot of these ground crops are starting to look like they're going to be ready. Some of those peppers are looking awfully yellow already. Ground crops are going to be early too this year.
I think they were saying it's like 4 to 6 weeks for certain things, and that's
4 to 6 weeks early.
That's early for certain things.
Yeah, really early. Yeah, the heat makes everything grow much quicker. It probably means they're going to be smaller fruits.
Unless they're tasty.
Might make them tastier. This is more concentrated. I don't know.
I know I'm going to come down here and buy stuff.
Yeah, we should come down here on a weekend and do the fruit stand thing.
Yeah.
We can do the fruit stand thing and then go to Mount Kubo.
Well, the fruit will go bad.
The fruit would go bad if it's in a hot vehicle for that long.
You need a cooler with ice.
2 separate trips then.
We used to do a cooler ice.
Yeah, a big cooler with ice in it, yeah. Yeah. halfway on the shoulder, either pull all the way off the road or don't bother pulling over at all. Halfway on the shoulder doesn't help anyone anything. Yeah, there's definitely no room in the fridge,
Yeah.
so maybe on the way home tomorrow, yeah, we will have eaten more of the food in the fridge, and some of the food will have to be thrown out anyway after tomorrow, so but the chicken won't survive for next week. Chicken sandwich meat, if we don't eat it, it won't survive for next week. The lettuce won't survive for next week, so I'll get a new bag of that as well. So there might be a little bit of room for a little bit of fruit. Not saying no to it tomorrow.
We'll have to see.
It depends on how many pickups we have, what time we get home. Car, if you're gonna turn off with no blinkers, me hates it forever.
Well, they're turning around.
Yeah, they're doing a U-turn. I could have gone in front of you if you had started using your or your flashes earlier.
They probably want the first stand.
Was that a pretty good Gollum impression?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Did that pass as at least an attempt? Did you guys at least realize it was a Gollum impression?
Honestly, it was a little Yoda-ish.
It was too Yoda-ish? Yoda? I guess don't quit my day job.
We'll take lessons from Corny.
Go take lessons from Corny, yeah. We would definitely have some good lessons for voice acting. Courtney Ripple, family but not family, so far removed, not really family, but we treat each other like family. Who are you looking at?
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Who else should I be talking to? Hey YouTubers, what are you guys looking at? What came out in front of us?
It could easily be the drivers, too, that are around you.
Squirrel. Fish and chipper.
No, that's the one makes me mad.
It's not actually a food store.
Yeah.
It's like a craft shop or antique shop or something like that.
Yeah, so why do you call it fish and chipper?
Yeah.
I guess it's just not late for those who sell like fish and chips.
Yeah, I like the town of Caramias. Nice little town. They've got their own rodeo. They're a little more country. A little more, we don't care what your neighbors do.
Yeah.
Lived here a little while. Long enough to go that they're a little more relaxed here. At least they were when I lived here. Look at all the misters going there. I worked for them. Hated it. Nothing wrong with people, I just hated the job. Cherries have all been picked, the trees are empty. of these are grouping because they're way too hot. See, once again, the ground drops are doing really well. So which one you want to stop on the way back? This one here? This one here? Neither of these are very truck friendly. The one over there is very truck friendly. Both directions. So the big rig we're kind of limited. This one would be truck friendly going this direction, kind of. This one is truck friendly. Not really a fruit stand as much as a shop. Here we got lots of parking for Mariposa. Mariposa's got lots of parking. Both sides of the road. Big rig. You can park way out here with the big rig on the other side. So, yeah. I think that one is the one to stop at if we stop on the way back in. Make a good YouTube video too, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Something different. Me walking around fruit stand, hating everything there, but just loving everything there. I'm not a big fruit person. I'm not at all a fruit person.
You can see the watermelons, right?
Yeah, some of the watermelon might be good. I don't know if those will be ready yet. That might be too early in the year.
I saw some watermelon there, so I don't know.
If they're actually ripe from their garden, I'd be tempted to actually buy and try them.
It might be too early, but they might be imported.
I don't want imported. I want fresh out of the garden because those are the best watermelon. Pick them once they're ripe, and then eat them that week.
It seems too early for them to be ready here. They only know one speed. 90 kilometers per hour. Doesn't matter what the speed limit says, that's the speed they go. Grass fields not irrigated, just go brown. All they do is give fuel to more fire.
no way. Even if I didn't get a load, I'd be loading on Monday morning. Yeah, so no. At least the worst of the traffic I won't have to deal with. The holiday traffic. Alright, you've officially done the 100-kilometer club here on the 4-lane. Now that we're going to go down to 2-lane, are you going to remain at the 100-kilometer?
You finally got over.
Yeah, you finally got over. I suspect that they're going to slow down when it comes 2-lane.
Yeah.
I hope not. I wish them all the best in keeping way ahead of me. That is my wish. Stay way out there. Consistent speed would make me happy. I mean, it's still 4-lane, but we're just about to the end of 4-lane. All the way to Princeton before we get 4-lane again. How much I cut a corner. Like, I'll never cut an inside corner like this, but I'll use the shoulder around corners to soften the corners, to take the bite out of the corners. Makes a much gentler corner. Especially with a load like this, I'm 3 tiers high of lumber. Pretty much at 13.5 feet, a little under that. I'd like the corners to be nice and soft because I'm definitely a little more top heavy than my US loads I'm used to. Here they're irrigating it and it's yellow. There's sections of it that's yellow. Wow.
I was told never to water grass during the day.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. They're burning the grass by irrigating it. They need to irrigate all night long and not during the day. They may actually be burning the grass. Although when it's that hot, there might not be any winning. fine and dandy. You missed it, or are your butt sore from sitting too much already?
Both.
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 Definitely both.
Definitely both. Definitely miss it. Definitely exciting and awesome. My butt hurts.
Move your legs around.
I don't know, it's the butt cheeks.
Moving your legs around helps. That's an old classic.
Look at all that traffic.
Oh, look how black this corner is. The blacker the corner, the slipperier it's getting. Yeah, you're right. There's a little bit of traffic following that horse trailer. Horse trailers always drive very gentle, like when they have horses in the back. For good enough reason. Yeah, but if it gets much blacker than this, we're going to have to take special precaution around these corners. In fact, I'm going to run a little more on the gray stuff.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much to slip on that black stuff. At least it's not shiny, wet looking, but I know when I left Wenatchee, there was some shiny, wet looking stuff. That's really slippery. This isn't the same car, is it?
I believe so.
It is, isn't it? What the chrome horn does. There's a lot of boats going toward the lake, aren't they? The Okanagan. Down these highways, right? So oh yeah, the missing church. I talked about it in different videos about the burnt down church over here. It's a beautiful little white church. About it, it depends on who burnt it down.
Yeah.
We don't know who burnt these little churches down, but if it's somebody that survived a residential school and they're burning the churches down, I understand. It doesn't make it right, but I understand. Osprey nest.
I'm gonna rescue a couple of them yesterday in Whittington.
There's definitely a bird in there. I couldn't tell what it was, but it had a white head, so it's osprey.
Yeah. There's two young ones yesterday in the nest that are dehydrated. The parents
Okay.
are
like fudge.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Where's the next fudge shop?
Honestly, I don't know the
Oh,
answer.
they turned off.
But it could be because I've been reading that maybe on some shops. And now I feel like
We got a lot of orange shirts hanging out. Yeah. So for Canada Day, a lot of people are putting out orange ribbons and orange shirts and stuff like that. So Orange Shirt Day is it's basically supporting the Native Americans here that had to deal with Catholic Church coming in and taking kids away from families, kidnapping the kids, and forcing them to learn the Catholic English way instead of learning their own way. They weren't allowed to speak their own language. They had to learn English. That was the only language they were allowed to speak. And a lot of kids died at these schools. They're finding mass graves now, unmarked mass graves. So this year it's been a campaign of, instead of celebrating Canada Day, wear an orange shirt.
spend the day learning about where this country came from,
Yeah, learn where the country came from.
where they were taken from.
And like I said, if one of those people that survived one of those residential schools are burning down the churches, yeah, like I get it. There's a lot of pain there. I'm not in a position to judge a person like that. If it's some white dude burning churches down to make controversy, shame on you. But we don't know who's doing it. So why Orange Shirt Day? Because I forget her name, but her parents got her this, or I don't know if bought her or made her a really nice orange shirt, and she went to school with it on, and the school stripped her from that shirt and put her into some ugly uniform. She wasn't allowed to wear an orange shirt. So when she was older, I guess she told that story and what it meant and stuff like that. It's kind of caught on. So Orange Shirt Day is for the Native kids. Every Child Matters campaign. So I support. See orange ribbons flying here. See a lot of orange ribbons today. Santa Claus and a snowman.
I like them.
Christmas in July a little early. Shouldn't it be Christmas in June?
Yeah.
Because June 25th would be halfway to Christmas.
I know. I don't get it either.
Equivalent of our Christmas for the northern, everything, or our southern hemisphere, and our July would be like our January snowstorms. February would be like August snowstorms. So in the southern hemisphere, all the coldest winter is in July and August. I saw a post about somebody talking about all the snow they're having, and somebody replied, "This is completely made up," and it's like, winter is the same everywhere in the world. I'm like, no, it's not. Just because you're from America doesn't mean that winter happens in the rest of the world at the same time it happens in America. winter is still winter, but in the summer there are snowstorms.
Yeah.
Chile could probably be having a snowstorm right now. Would you say Bolivia was getting snow?
Brazil.
Brazil was getting snow for the first time like ever.
Well, certain people. Brazil's pretty big too.
Yeah, Brazil is huge. Anyway, I think I'll let you guys go. Hopefully you guys could hear what Jess was saying. The truck is being quite noisy with the fan going all the time. And I do a good job at yelling at the mic. Jess does not.
If I yell, I'm mad, and I don't like
You yell, you're mad. You don't want to sound like you're mad.
Yeah. Well, so you want me to be mad?
No, I don't want you to be mad.
Oh, good. I don't have energy to be mad.
So thank you guys for supporting me on YouTube members or on Patreon. There's a bunch of people in the water there.
And the campground is pretty cool.
Yeah, campground on the other side of the river is pretty cool. Really appreciate all the support you guys give me. It means a lot. I know some of you guys just signed on and are new members, so I saw that. It's pretty cool. Really appreciate it. And maybe we can have more surprises with Jess with us in the future. When do you think the borders will open? At least another month. So
I'm guessing September.
for sure, 100% not this, not July. So Jess says September, and then she'll be a regular guest on the show.
Most of the time. I'll still have my weeks off here and there.
Oh yeah. If you guys weren't watching when she was with, she would usually be with us 3 weeks a month, give or take.
Depends on my appointments and all that.
Yeah. More people in the water. Well, they literally have their lawn chairs set up in the water. So I'm out of here.
Me too.
Jess says me too. Okay, good night, Jess. And I'll see you guys down the road. Bonus video again next weekend, and then my regular videos. You guys rock.
Dun, 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 dun.